John Carroll O'Connor, known as Carroll O'Connor, was an American actor, producer and director whose television career spanned 4 decades. A life member of the Actors Studio, O'Connor first attracted attention as Major General Colt in the 1970 movie Kelly's Heroes. The following year he found fame as the lovable, bigoted working man Archie Bunker, the main character in the 1970s CBS television sitcoms All in the Family and Archie Bunker's Place. O'Connor later starred in the NBC-CBS television crime drama In the Heat of the Night from 1988 to 1995, where he played the role of Southern Police Chief William Gillespie. At the end of his career in the late 1990s, he played the father of Jamie Buckman on Mad About You. In 1996, O'Connor was ranked number 38 on TV Guide's 50 Greatest TV Stars of All Time. Early life. Carroll O'Connor, an Irish-American, was the eldest of 3 sons. He was born on August 2, 1924, in Manhattan, New York, to Edward Joseph O'Connor, a lawyer, and his wife, Elise Patricia O'Connor. Both of his brothers became doctors. Hugh, who died in a motorcycle accident in 1961, and Robert, a psychiatrist in New York City. O'Connor spent much of his youth in Elmhurst and Forest Hills, Queens, the same borough in which his character in Archie Bunker would later live. In 1941, Carroll O'Connor enrolled at Wake Forest University in North Carolina, but dropped out where the United States entered World War II. During World War II he was rejected by the United States Navy and enrolled in the United States Merchant Marine Academy for a short time. After leaving that institution, he became a merchant seaman and served in the United States Merchant Marine during World War II. After the war, O'Connor attended the University of Montana, Missoula, where he met Nancy Fields, who would later become his wife. He also worked at the Montana Chimene student newspaper as an editor. At the University of Montana, he joined Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity. O'Connor did not take any drama courses as an undergraduate at the University of Montana. He later left that university to help his younger brother Hugh get into medical school in Ireland, where Carroll completed his studies at the University College Dublin. It was there that Carroll began his acting career. After O'Connor's fiancée, Nancy Fields, graduated from the University of Montana in 1951 with degrees in drama and English, she sailed to Ireland to meet Carroll, who was visiting his brother, Hugh. The couple married in Dublin on July 28, 1951. In 1956, O'Connor returned to Missoula to earn a master's degree in speech. Prolific character actor. After acting in theatrical productions in Dublin and New York during the 1950s, O'Connor's breakthrough came when he was cast by director Burgess Meredith in a featured role in the Broadway adaptation of James Joyce's novel, Ulysses. O'Connor and Meredith remained close, lifelong friends. O'Connor made his television acting debut as a character actor on 2 episodes of Sunday Showcase. These 2 parts led to other roles on such television series as The Americans, The 11th Hour, Gunsmoke, Bonanza, The Fugitive, The Wild Wild West, Armstrong Circle Theater, Death Valley Days, The Outer Limits, The Great Adventure, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Dr. Kildare, I Spy, That Girl, Premiere, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, among many others. O'Connor starred as an Eastern European villain in the first season of Mission Impossible, Season 1, Episode 18, The Trial, brilliantly played and recognizable by his intense blue eyes. Late in his career, he appeared on several episodes of Mad About You as the father of Helen Hunt's character. Considered roles. He was among the actors considered for the roles of the skipper on Gilligan's Island and Dr. Smith in the TV show Lost in Space, and was the visual template in the creation of Batman foe Rupert Thorne, a character who debuted at the height of All in the Family's success in Detective Comics number 469. Television roles. All in the Family. O'Connor was living in Italy in 1968 when producer Norman Lear first asked him to come to New York to star in a pilot he was creating for ABC called Justice for All, with O'Connor playing Archie Justice, a lovable yet controversial bigot. After 3 pilots done between 1968 to 1970, a network changed to CBS, and the last name of the character changed to Bunker. The new sitcom was renamed All in the Family. The show was based on the BBC's Till Death Us Do Part, with Bunker based on Alf Garnett, but somewhat less abrasive than the original. It has been stated that O'Connor's Queens background and New York accent influenced Lear to set the show in Queens. Wanting a well-known actor to tackle the controversial material, Lear had approached Jackie Gleason and Mickey Rooney to play Archie. Both declined. O'Connor accepted, not expecting the show to be a success and believing he would be able to move back to Europe. Instead, the show became the highest-rated television program on American television for 5 consecutive seasons until the 1976-1977 season. O'Connor's own politics were liberal. He understood the Bunker character and played him not only with bombast and humor but with touches of vulnerability. The writing on the show was consistently left of center, but O'Connor often deftly skewered the liberal pieties of the day. Although Bunker was famous for his malapropisms of the English language, O'Connor was highly educated and cultured and was an English professor before he turned to acting. The show also starred a Broadway actress, also from New York City, John Stapleton, in the role of Archie Bunker's long-suffering wife, Edith Bunker. After Lear saw her in the play Damn Yankees, the producer sent the show over to ABC twice, but it didn't get picked up. They then approached CBS with more success, and accordingly, All in the Family was retooled and debuted early in 1971. The show also starred unknown character actors, such as Rob Reiner as Archie's liberal son-in-law, Michael "Meathead" Stivic, and Sally Struthers as Archie and Edith's only child and Meathead's wife, Gloria Bunker Stivic. The cast had a unique on- and off-camera chemistry, especially Reiner, who became O'Connor's best friend and favorite actor. CBS was unsure whether the controversial subject matter of All in the Family would fit well into a sitcom. Racial issues, ethnicities, religions, and other timely topics were addressed. Like its British predecessor Till Death Us Do Part, the show lent dramatic social substance to the traditional sitcom format. Archie Bunker's popularity made O'Connor a top-billing star of the 1970s. O'Connor was afraid of being typecast for playing the role, but, at the same time, he was protective of not just his character, but of the entire show. A contract dispute between O'Connor and Lear marred the beginning of the show's 5th season. Eventually, O'Connor got a raise and appeared in the series until it ended. For his work as Archie Bunker, he was nominated for 8 Emmy Awards as Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. He won the award 4 times. At the end of the 8th season in 1978, Reiner and Struthers left the series to pursue other projects. But O'Connor and Stapleton still had 1 year left on their contracts. Rob Reiner said in a 2014 interview about his on- and off-screen chemistry with O'Connor, "We did over 200 shows in front of a live audience. So I learned a lot about what audiences like, what they don't like, how stories are structured. I would spend a lot of time in the writing room and I actually wrote some scripts. And from Carroll O'Connor I learned a lot about how you perform and how important the script and story are for the actors. So the actor doesn't have to push things. You can let the story and the dialogue support you if it's good. I had great people around me and I took from all the people that was around." He also stated, when he compared Carroll O'Connor's character to his acting mentor's real-life persona, Carroll O'Connor brought his humanity to the character even though he had these abhorrent views. He's still a feeling, human being. He loved his wife even though he acted the way he did, and he loved his daughter. Those things come out. I don't think anybody's all good or all bad. Archie Bunker's Place when All in the Family ended after 9 seasons. Archie Bunker's Place continued in its stead and ran for 4 more years. Longtime friend and original series star John Stapleton kept her role as Edith Bunker but was limited to about a half-dozen guest appearances in Season 1. In the second season premiere, her character died of a stroke, leaving Archie to cope with the loss. The show was unceremoniously cancelled in 1983. O'Connor was angered about the show's cancellation, maintaining that the show ended with an inappropriate finale. He vowed never to work in any type of show with CBS again, although he starred in the Heat of the Night, which aired on CBS in that show's last 3 seasons. In the Heat of the Night, while coping with his son's drug problem, O'Connor starred as Sparta, Mississippi Police Chief Bill Gillespie, a tough veteran Mississippi cop on In the Heat of the Night. Based on the 1967 movie of the same name, the series debuted on NBC early in 1988 and performed well. He cast his son Hugh O'Connor as Officer Lonnie Jameson. The headquarters of the Sparta Police Department was actually the library in Covington, Georgia. Much like O'Connor himself, Gillespie was racially progressive and politically liberal. But the character of Bill Gillespie was also a smart and tough police officer who was not afraid to use his gun when the occasion called for it. In 1989, while working on the set, O'Connor was hospitalized and had to undergo open-heart surgery, which caused him to miss 4 episodes. At the end of the second season, the series was transferred from NBC to CBS in 1992 and cancelled 2 years later after its 7th season. O'Connor reprised his role the following year for 4 two-hour In the Heat of the Night television films to critical acclaim. While on the series, O'Connor recorded Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella, for the 1991 In the Heat of the Night Christmas CD, Christmas Time's a Comin'. He was joined by Grand Ole Opry star, mandolinist Jesse McReynolds, Nashville accordionist Ub Manuel, Jr., and Nashville fiddlers Buddy Spicker and Randall Franks. CD producer and series co-star Randall Franks created the arrangement, which was co-produced by series co-star Alan Autry. He joined other members of the cast for a recording of Jingle Bells with vocals by Country Music Hall of Fame members Little Jimmy Dickens, Kitty Wells, Pee Wee King, and the Marksman Quartet, Bobby Wright, Johnny Wright and Ken Holloway. Career honors: Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Television Series, Musical or Comedy, 1972, All in the Family. Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series, 1971, 1976, 1977, and 1978, All in the Family. George Foster Peabody Broadcasting Award, 1980, for Archie Alone episode, Archie Bunker's Place. Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series, 1989, In the Heat of the Night. Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Television Series, Drama, 1989, In the Heat of the Night. Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Television Series, Drama nomination 1990, In the Heat of the Night. Television Academy Hall of Fame, inducted 1990 for contributions to the television industry. NAACP Image Award, 1992, In the Heat of the Night Best Dramatic Series. NAACP Image Award, 1993, In the Heat of the Night Best Dramatic Series. Other honors: in 1973, his fraternity conferred its highest honor, the Sigma Phi Epsilon citation, on him. Carroll O'Connor and Edie Falco are the only actors to have won the Lead Acting Emmy Awards in both the comedy and drama series categories. In July 1991, O'Connor, John Stapleton, Rob Reiner and Sally Struthers were reunited to celebrate the 20th anniversary of All in the Family. Thanks to reruns which aired in syndication, TV Land, Antenna TV, and on CBS, the show continued to be popular. In March 2000 he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and was given a Street Patrick's Day tribute by MGM. His caricature figures prominently in Sardi's restaurant, in New York City's Theater District. Family life. In 1962, while he was in Rome filming Cleopatra, O'Connor and his wife adopted a 6-day-old boy, naming him Hugh after O'Connor's brother who had died a year earlier. At age 17, Hugh worked as a courier on the set of Archie Bunker's Place. O'Connor would eventually create the role of Officer Lonnie Jameson on In the Heat of the Night for his son. In 1989, Carroll was admitted to the hospital for heart bypass surgery. In 1995, O'Connor's son Hugh committed suicide after a long battle with drug addiction. Following his son's death, O'Connor appeared in public service announcements for Partnership for a Drug-Free America and spent the rest of his life working to raise awareness about drug addiction. O'Connor also successfully lobbied to get the state of California to pass legislation allowing family members of an addicted person or anyone injured by a drug dealer's actions, including employers, to sue for reimbursement for medical treatment and rehabilitation costs and other economic and non-economic damages. The law, known as the Drug Dealer Civil Liability Act in California, went into effect in 1997. It is also referred to as the Hugh O'Connor Memorial Law. The act is based on the Model Drug Dealer Liability Act authored in 1992 by then Hawaii U.S. Attorney Daniel Bent. The Model Drug Dealer Liability Act has been passed in 17 states and the Virgin Islands. A website devoted to the act can be found at www.modeldla.com. Cases have been brought under the act in California, Illinois, Utah and other states. His son's suicide inspired O'Connor to start a crusade against the man who sold the drugs to Hugh. He called Harry Pertzgian a partner in murder and a sleazeball. Pertzgian filed a defamation lawsuit against the actor. In 1997, a California jury threw out the case. In an interview on CNN's Larry King Live soon after the verdict, O'Connor said he would never be able to put his son's death behind him. "I can't forget it. There isn't a day that I don't think of him and want him back and miss him, and I'll feel that way until I'm not here anymore," he said. During the late 1990s, O'Connor established a small automotive restoration shop in Newbury Park, California, called Carroll O'Connor Classics. The shop contained many of O'Connor's personal vehicles and the cars once owned by his late son. Among the cars O'Connor owned were a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow sold to him by William Harrah, a Maserati 3500 GT, and a Dodge Challenger equipped with the 440 cubic inch V8. That was the car he drove during production of All in the Family. In 1997, the O'Connors donated $1 million to their alma mater to help match a challenge grant to the University of Montana from the National Endowment for Humanities. The university named a Regional Studies and Public Policy Institute the O'Connor Center for the Rocky Mountain West. Afterward, O'Connor taught screenwriting at the university. In 1998, O'Connor underwent a second surgery to clear the blockage in a cardiac artery, to reduce his risk of stroke. Death. O'Connor died on June 21, 2001, in Culver City, California, from a heart attack brought on by complications from diabetes. He was 76 years old. His funeral mass was celebrated at St. Paul the Apostle Catholic Church in Westwood, Los Angeles, California, and was attended by All in the Family cast members Rob Reiner, Sally Struthers and Danielle Brisbois, as well as producer Norman Lear. Actress John Stapleton, who played O'Connor's on-screen wife and who had been a close friend of O'Connor's since the early 1960s, did not attend the service due to a stage production performance commitment. O'Connor's best friend Larry Hagman and his family were also there, alongside the surviving cast of In the Heat of the Night, including Alan Autry and Denise Nicholas. who also attended the memorial. Actor Martin Sheen, then starring on The West Wing, delivered the eulogy. O'Connor is buried at Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery with his son Hugh's cenotaph placed on his gravestone. During the commercial breaks, TV Land also showed interview footage of O'Connor and various All in the Family actors, producers with whom he had worked, and other associates. Personal quotes: "Nothing will give me any peace. I've lost a son, and I'll go to my grave without any peace over that. It was a lack of system that made the 30s depression as inevitable as all others previously suffered. Get between your kid and drugs any way you can, if you want to save the kid's life. I thought that the public would kick us off the air because of this egregious guy. No, they loved. They knew him, on his son. I should have spied on him. I should have taken away all his civil rights, spied on him, opened his mail, listened to telephone calls, everything. I never heard Archie's kind of talk in my own family. My father was a lawyer and was in partnership with 2 Jews, who with the families were close to us. There were black families in our circle of friends. My father disliked talk like Archie's. He called it lowbrow. The biggest part of my life was the acquiring and the loss of a son. I mean, nothing else was as important as that." Conventional showbiz savvy held that Americans hated to be the objects of satire. "I can't forget it.